Honestly, I've never felt represented at school.
I only saw people that looked like me in the school curriculum in February.
The same people every time. We know Martin, we know Rosa, we know
we know Douglas.
We know Douglas. Like, I just need something new.
We form our identities first at home and then at school. We form them based on the stories that we're told about our families, our ancestors, and our countrymen. Learning about our roots is how we develop our sense of self, our humanity. But learning about your roots can be psychologically violent for some. Imagine the first time you learn about your ancestors is when you learn about slavery. As a teacher, I know that all too often for kids of color, the curriculum is presented through someone else's lens, about someone else's story. For most kids of color, the legacies of their ancestors are often ignored, or worse, completely omitted. It affects identity development and self-worth. If you're a student of color, the history books will tell you that you're the progeny of slaves. But at Roots 101, you'll learn that your ancestors were kings and queens and that your legacy matters. It's this message that founder Lamont Collins shared with us the first time we met, and our team knew we'd found our why.
It is not only a 4-floor building, it's a healing place. It is not only about the posters, artifacts, statues. It's about the history of African Americans. He's not only a collector, the founder of the Roots 101, he is the hero. The hero who wants to help Louisville and the rest of the country to heal from its past. The hero who wants to help visitors to understand the African American journey and the importance of working together. We, as a team, are working together with our hero.
Our team's first decision was to spend some time bonding with each other and with Lamont along with the Roots 101 board, which was tricky since their board is restructuring and we were outsiders. The foundation of camaraderie that the Threat Level Ignite team built proved critical for our success. Little did we know Lamont would quickly become the 9th member of the team. We even incorporated a 10th member. Our Encore mentor, Beth, attended meetings and offered invaluable insights to help us along our journey. Admittedly, we became overwhelmed by Roots 101's need and the scope of the project, but we all began to realize that our team had been perfectly orchestrated by Leadership Louisville to support Roots 101 and each other.
Thanks, Predictive Index.
We learned early on the formal requests included in the Roots 101 RFP would be more relevant to the museum once it was established in the Louisville community and with increased grant funding. We went back to the drawing board, agreed upon a division of tasks, and tackled the goals within the 3 established pillars: fundraising, marketing, and infrastructure. Our team was not immune to the typical stumbling blocks of any team project, but we prevailed by remembering our purpose: to support the growth of this critical healing place that Louisville so needs. We accomplished this by helping Roots 101 to secure sustainable services and resources, all of which would bring them closer to achieving their ultimate vision: a healing place for all. Our first step was fundraising.
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 Fundraising!
Fundraising presented itself as the most pressing and immediate need of Roots 101. A museum is not easy to start anywhere, but a brand new one on Museum Row would need instant capital. After reviewing plans with Lamont, our team built a 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month plan to create a combination of instant impact and long-term stability. Most of our time was spent on the 3-month plan. In this window, we worked with Roots 101 to push a GoFundMe on social media and hosted the Legacies Matter Social in late February, where over 100 guests from the community were able to experience Roots for the first time. We also hosted a raffle of 10 rare bourbons that had ticket purchasers from all over the state. All in all, our 3-month plan grossed over $30,000 in cash. We also worked with Lamont to create a long-term fundraising plan. This plan has already gained donations from individuals, corporations, and a foundation. At Kindred Healthcare, we learned extensively about effective communication strategies for both groups and individuals. These were essential for communicating both with Lamont and the public. All in all, our fundraising was and is always rooted in the vision of Roots 101, one central message.
The team realized Roots needed to tell their compelling story effectively, and that Lamont would need the help of a marketing agency. Our program day at Brown-Forman showed us the importance of helping to define and protect the Roots brand. Our team reached out to 2 agencies to see if they'd be willing to walk this journey with Roots. Nimbus, headed by Stacy Wade, is a multicultural marketing agency located near Roots. We knew no one could help define the brand and understand the importance of roots that run deep like Nimbus. With Lamont's vision and Stacy's creative guidance, Roots 101 has new branding that illustrates what happens when a tree takes root. Nimbus also created a fundraising document to help bring in needed capital. Anna Bunton with Scapecchio also believed in the vision. During the quarantine, Anna has agreed to work on a grassroots marketing plan that Lamont can implement moving forward. We also saw the need to differentiate Roots 101 African American Museum from the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. The team provided talking points that highlight the differences and why our community desperately needs both.
At Brown-Forman, we talked about an executive's career path, moving through technical to interpersonal and strategic skill sets. With Roots 101, we wanted to combine our skills, relationships, and strategies to create a sustainable plan for our infrastructure pillar. In functional terms, we provided guidelines for board recruiting and orientation, discussed how to set up the budget as a fundraising tool, got Roots 101 access to free and low-cost software, and connected them to staffing resources. But strategically, we built so much more together. We looked at the tools and capacity of both our teams to bypass some of the pitfalls young nonprofits face. We quickly adapted to doing this virtually as we put so much energy into our other two pillars early on and left final infrastructure deliverables until right before COVID-19 struck. Our team's commitment to the strong mission and vision at the heart of Roots 101 helped confirm their strategy to recruit board members with an emphasis on relationships and trust rather than just recruiting fundraisers and losing the heart of things. Even a dedicated team can use extra hands. With these extra hands, we were effectively freeing up their team to reprioritize, much like us moving one person forward to free up the next fence post at Fort Knox. Together, we are compiling infrastructure tools that will last long past our Ignite graduation.
When we started this journey 6 months ago, we didn't realize the conclusion of the project would be just the beginning for Roots 101, and for many of us on the Ignite team, our partnership with them. COVID-19 has forced Roots 101 to delay its public opening and amplifies the need to support this organization as it works to show generations of visitors that legacies matter. While the future is uncertain, our collective achievements better position Roots 101 to weather this crisis and grow its success long term. Elijah Rayleigh, who was with us the first time we visited Roots 101, shares how his experience at the museum has impacted him.
I am the descendant of kings and queens, engineers, teachers, doctors, and lawyers. Because of them, I can now live the dream. I am the seed of the free, and I know it. I intend to bear great fruit. Thank you, Roots 101 African American Museum. Legacies matter.
Legacies matter.
Legacies matter.